Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MGN. This is an exciting time of year where millions of gamers from around the world meet up and get an inside look at what's to come in the gaming industry. From small indie games to well-established names and companies looking to wet the whistle of many gamers and create anticipation. So here are my top 5 trailers from E3 2018. Please make note, there are a ton of great games showcased this year. This is merely my list of what I'm excited about. Yours can vary, and I welcome you to share down below so we can start a conversation. But before we begin, I ask you all to search for that big red subscribe button, which I know is yellow in this video, so I apologize for that, but still give it a press, hit that like, and ding that bell to keep you in the know when MGN uploads content. Ghost of Tsushima was introduced during the Sony conference and appears to bring forth an RPG open-world game set in feudal Japan in 1274, during the Mongol invasion. You play as Jun Sakai, who is one of the last lines of defenses against the Mongol hordes, but have no fear as you come equipped with a katana and some skills befitting a one-man army. Along your adventure within the lands of Tsushima, Jin's intention is to develop an army against the Mongolians and fight his way to success. This game moves away from Sucker Punch's infamous world and focuses on beauty, color, and overall ambience of the background. The first 30 minutes were just jaw-dropping, so I can't imagine what the rest would be like.
You hear them coming? That's our enemy.
I've admitted this before, and I'm a big fan of Fallout, especially Fallout 4. So when the announcement of Fallout 76 came out, I was like, whoa, they miss a lot of numbers in between. But that's not the case. Fallout 76 is actually the earliest game in the Fallout series, indicative from the earlier games when mentioned that Vault 76 was the originals to begin rebuilding civilization. Fallout 76 takes place 20 years after the bombs dropped, the earliest in any Fallout series. Therefore, the concept here is that you are one of the first people to begin rebuilding civilization following the war. The game will be an open world game with an RPG element similar to Rust or DayZ, but not nearly as punishing. This Fallout game will be a lot more colorful and is told to be the largest Fallout game ever made, close to 4 times larger than Fallout 4. We'll see what this title has to offer closer to the release date on November 14, 2018, but for sure I am pre-ordering this.
You must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself.
Ah, damn. First and foremost, let me just say that I love the original Last of Us. It brought such a new dynamic feel in survival games and really made every encounter that much more terrifying. But now, Last of Us 2 seems to take it to the next level. In this game, you play as Ellie, who was the original girl in the first game, though this time she comes back being more badass than ever. The game really shows off the level of violence, and it's intense, but showcases a world gone mad during dark times. The game is set to take place in Seattle, 5 years after the original game, with a 19-year-old Ellie taking center stage. Joel may still appear in the game, but with a more passive role or potentially him being killed and just a figment of Ellie's imagination. One thing we are not sure about is who Ellie is getting revenge on. It could potentially be the Fireflies she was originally set to meet in the first game, or some other group which took a new home away from her. All we know is that the game is still in early development, and if that E3 showcase showed us anything, is that it's going in the right direction.
See, I told you. He should be terrified.
Well then, Halo appears to be making a comeback. The trailer showcased at the Xbox E3 conference showed a very bountiful world, and not only that, the trailer was more intended to showcase the new Slipspace engine, which is debuting with this title. But in all honesty, the engine really made a big wave of intrigue as it showed a smooth and highly detailed world. It operated fluidly and had such smooth motions it made our eyes open in amazement. As for Halo Infinite, it's really unknown about what's going to be in the game as it's still very early on. What we do know is, just as the original Halo, is that we are on a Halo, which is exactly where we're going to be situated. The Warthog will return once again, and sadly that's about all we know for now. It's a good looking game so far, and I can't wait to see what comes from this, specifically running on this new engine. BioWare had a great showing for their upcoming open-world multiplayer game called Anthem. Anthem is an open-world action role-playing game set in the futuristic world where humanity is on the verge of collapse. Players take the role as characters known as freelancers, who are sent on missions where they'll interact with other players, collect resources, and take on enemy combatants in an open and very detailed world. Players will belong to different settlements where they can interact with other people. The settlement shown in the EA Play 2018 demo was for Tarsus. Your intention is to stop the Dominion. The Dominion is a group of people who are working towards one disastrous common goal, turning an item called the Anthem of Creation into one of the world's most powerful weapons. They represent the very end of civilization, and it's up to the Anthem players to stop them from creating the weapon they so desperately seek. You'll have a variety of different freelancer suits you can wear and equipped with weaponry. It's a massive world to explore and different monsters and enemies to fight. It's a world I plan on getting very lost in.
Alright, let's do this.
See you on the other side.
Those are my top 5 for the week. What have been some of your highlights from E3 2018? Make sure to share down below. Remember guys, to hit that like, make sure to look for that big red subscribe button and ding that bell to know when MGN uploads content. As I've said, E3 is a glance at what's to come in the gaming world from many of the bigger brands out there. It's a foot in the door when we can sneak into the developer's corner and see what they've been working on and when we can get it. It's literally a candy store for gamers, so we've seen some great trailers so far and gameplay features, and I frankly cannot wait to see what else is to come. As I said, these were my favorite top 5 from the event so far, and I'm open to hear what you guys are looking forward to the most. Remember to hit that start button guys, and game on.